Discussion. Let's go for the lightest, the lowest score.
I kind of base mine around 5, 6, right around there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
What did you guys get?
No, I thought number 37 was a 3.
Okay, I'd say that's
Low?
yeah, that's too low.
Okay.
What we're really looking at. So, sorry, can you just come a bit closer? There's quite a lot of background noise. We're going to stay because we're going to do another one now, another condition score. So, there was a thought that maybe one was a 3, and I'm saying, well, that's too low. When you're looking at these animals, obviously body shape changes significantly. And the places that you're looking for the body condition score actually changes. As they change body condition score, you're looking at different places. So between a 4 and a 5, between a 3 and a 4, between a 5 and a 6. Tail setting for heavier animals is generally where I go. So trying to distinguish between the better, the heavier, more fleshy animals, how that tail setting disappears as they get fatter, how there's fat deposition on top of the tail. It can get a little confusing with grass-fed animals, animals that do really well on grass. They will deposit naturally more fat around the tail area. An animal that's infertile will carry a lot of fat there, but her whole body displays differently. So I would cull animals that have a lot of fat in certain areas around the tail. But that's kind of maybe taking this a little bit further down the road. Fat deposition tells you a lot about endocrine function. So really fat, thick briskets, and I'm getting into something different, but it gets complex. But overall, we're looking at how much of the rib, how much of the eye muscle is covering rib or the spine. Those are the areas that you're looking at, if they're indentation. And I'd say very few of these animals are below a 4 because they've got flesh all the way down the back. If that spine starts to stick out a bit, now you're looking at a little bit low. Is that making sense?
There that are fairly
Lean, top, right.
kind of maybe the spine is showing on
Yeah.
a couple of them.
Yes.
What gets me sometimes too is you see them, they're empty, they're not full,
Right.
and that screws with my head.
And that's good that we're looking at some animals that are a little bit hungry today. But how's this feeling? Have you got questions about, well, how would you distinguish? Ribs. Can you see that some of them you can just see the last ribs? So that's about a 5. If you're getting a little bit up above 5, then you can't see that rib anymore. It disappears. It's got that flesh cover over it. I hope this is useful because this is a key measure of where you want your animals to be, remember? At calving, you want them to be over 5, closer to 6. So these girls shouldn't be calving. Some of them could. But if they're not at that condition when they're calving, be careful. Not relevant now because they're lactating. They're supposed to be in lower condition right now. Okay.
Yeah, Dick Niven said it this way. He said the condition of that cow when she calves is going to set the performance of that calf. So if she's in low condition, that calf most likely is going to also.
Right.
It's very important.
Yeah.
That calving.
So the thing to look at now, just one point to look at, is how's the rumen fill. Left side, between the hip bone and the ribs. We can look at it now. Any observations, any feedback? What are you seeing there?
I tend to agree with your assessment there. We didn't see anything really below a 4. And there were probably, I think, the bulk of them big
5s, yeah. A good solid 5 for the group. Yeah. So rumen fill, we all agree, a little bit hollow. They need food. You leave them like this for long and they're going to be unhappy. Listening to the the herd, you can hear they're unhappy, right?
Yes.
I mean, so we're looking at all these things together. Where are we going to eat now?
And where's my calf?
That too. But they're not all about the calf, I'd say. Yeah. How's the dung looking?
Pretty flat.
Patties to us, kind of middle, that middle range. At least the ones over there.
So that's an indication of the protein in the grass, right?
I would say it's a little over plump because the divot's way back here versus in the center, and it's a little bit flatter and looser.
I would say this is really, really good dung. This is where you want it. It's not splattering. There's no smell. These animals, you're going to battle to get them eating better food.